ट्रांसफर नहीं है, डाउनलोड से चला रहा हूँ।
Ritvik Jain, can you please go mute yourself? Yeah, thank you very much. So as I was saying that building a reputation and trust in the competitive market is the need for every startup. But there are a couple of things which are very important and which are the mantras behind every startup which has established itself. The first and foremost is to have an unwavering faith and belief in your ideas. The second thing is the single-minded focus into translating your idea and putting it into practice. Third and most important is, I think, the extensive perseverance which is required to overcome the challenges which will come in your way. And these are the typical mantras behind every startup, and especially those which have grown up to become unicorns. I'm sure the talk by Mr. Prashant Gyan today will set and will provide you the necessary directions, because so many of you and the present generation has got a lot of innovative ideas, and I'm sure his talk today would provide you and show you the path how to translate your ideas into startups. We have amongst us one or two cadets who are part of some startups, and I'm proud to say that they are doing a very different kind of work. They are not part of the crowd, but they are becoming stand out in a crowd. And I would like to encourage each and every cadet who is part of this program, as well as those who are not present today, and I would encourage that they join this DMET Samvaad series of lectures and gain from the expertise and the professional excellence that has been acquired by the speakers. I once again thank Mr. Prashant Gyan for having spared his time and joined us for this session. Welcome, sir, and we will all eagerly wait to hear from you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words. Now, the moment we have all been waiting for, it's my privilege to introduce our keynote speaker, Shri Prashant Gyan, sir. I now invite Shri Prashant Gyan, sir, to kindly share his views and insights with us. Sir, please.
Thank you. Thank you all for coming here, and thank you, Director Sir, for trusting that I can actually guide people here. This is, I think, I have been talking to many people within the DMET community, and I have, like in the last about 18 years of my startup experience, I have spoken to a lot of colleagues and people who have been around me, and there has been a lot of startups which has been incubated through those interactions. But coming to the college and say guiding and talking about my experiences, which can help the students start early. This is I'm doing for actually the first time. Last time when I came to DMET for a speaking session, it was just about sharing experience and what I have done. I will try to kind of give good guidance and not kind of. I hope that it will take you guys to the right direction and not say. So you have, whenever you talk about startup, first of all, you have to be ambitious, but kind of balance between being ambitious and over ambitious, because typically when you start, if you don't have that balance, then it's going to take you to the wrong direction, and over ambition is a lot of time is a disaster. And if you look into the statistics, almost 90% startups don't succeed, and the reason primarily is the distraction, over ambition, etc. So I'll come there. Coming back to my journey, I'll just quickly start this session in which I will talk about my initial days and how I kind of got started into the startup ecosystem. And then we'll talk about briefly about my journey, and then we'll come to what I look forward to from this network, especially and what are the possibilities that can come in marine startup ecosystem, what the DMET community can do, can help, and what the college folks that are currently in studying should be doing at this stage in their career or in their life. So my journey started in 99, when I joined DMET, I really didn't had much uh, understanding of what DMET is. Like we appeared in examination where my rank was pretty low, and I was at about 3200 rank in that 2000 in 1999, in which the only option we had was DMET. So we kind of not only I but whole of my batch was somewhere in that range. They came, we didn't have much idea what DMET is. We understood the college. We navigated 4 years in the college. And when we were in the college, we didn't kind of understood a lot that what exactly we are. Of course, one thing we talk about is studies, workshops, machineries, etc., that we learn in the college. But end of the 4th year, also we were not able to appreciate. But when I look back now, the one thing which I got in those 4 years was a knack to problem solving. And this is not only me, but everybody in my everybody I meet from the DMET community. One thing stands out very, very significantly, and that is the attitude of problem solving. We are trained to solve problems in those 4 years, and that is what I have taken out from the college. And problem solving is something like in the college, we were being trained to solve problems of the engine room, of the marine environment, wherever we go in on the ship, or we contribute offshore in the offices or anywhere. We get a problem, we solve the problem. My journey started when I graduated in 2003. Immediately after the graduation, I met with an accident, and it took me about 2 years to recover from that accident. During that 2 years, I was in Bangalore, and the natural discussions that was happening in Bangalore was all IT related. So by 2004 end or 2000 early 5, I was kind of talking the software language when I was out of my bed rest. And when I was trying to get back to Marine at that time, it was kind of, I mean, most of my batchmates have already started sailing. And going back to Mumbai, looking for a job again was kind of going away from the 2 year environment which I was studying, which I was doing in Bangalore. And during that 2 year period, one thing which I was doing was bed rest. The other thing which I was doing was self-study. Because when I was doing, I was recovering that time. I mean, I used to have a lot of time. So I started with reading financial books. I started with reading stock market related. So I read Peter Lynch, Warren Buffett. I read Benjamin Graham. Most of the books related to stock market, I read that. Then I started reading fiction. And after that, I started reading software related books. Almost 2.5 years after the accident, I was doing some coding. I started writing applications in Java. And just to validate myself whether I'm ready or not, I appeared in a couple of interviews in companies like Oracle, and then I was selected. I worked there for about a year. But what I realized was that in Oracle, the environment was pretty comfortable. Everybody, I mean, I was able to create a position for myself. But one thing which was happening in Oracle was that my learning had stopped. And this I realized 9 months into Oracle. I realized that 3 to 4 month project which was assigned to me, I was able to execute it in about 2 to 3 days. And after that, I had a lot of time. So I went back to my manager and I had told him that, sir, maybe you can assign me more work. To that, he said, oh, if you have finished the work, then just enjoy the facilities we have in Oracle. So we have a recreation area, we have sports, we have everything in Oracle. Just enjoy that. We don't have much work. So if that stage in a career, you are not being challenged, you are being distracted to recreational activities, and your manager is saying that, it basically means that they are killing your ambition. If you stop learning, you stop growing. And then only in 8 months, I went back to my manager and told him that, hey, looks like I'm not pretty much utilized here. So I think I'll step out, I'll leave, and I'll start on my own. 2006, I started my first company, which was Kuliza Technologies. There are 3 partners, myself and 2 more people. One was in Amazon, the other was also in Oracle. We started Kuliza. We had a customer in US for who we started developing a product. And the problem started coming up. Right? When you start on your own, you have, you have a vision that, okay, we get some application, some customer, they ask us something to do, and then we start writing their applications or coding for them, building their product. But that is just like maybe 20% of the job. 80% of the things is the very unknown area. You go, not even you never realize things which you are going to hit once you get into the startup domain. Things like compliance, government engagement, inter-country activities which are happening, it all need to be compliant. So it used to take a lot of time, and we learned all of that. Even in the interacting with the customer, you will have demos, prototype being demonstrated to them. Some of them will be good, some of them will be bad. So you have to be ready to handle bad situations. Good situations, everybody know how to handle. The bad ones, people need to, we are not trained, but in DMET, thankfully we are. I have been into a lot of meetings where it went just terrible. Like the customer will used to tear us apart completely. The whole of the team, end of the meeting, they were like, "Oh, it looks like end of the world." In those situations, I have I found that the kind of decision making I did back in 2008, 2009, it helped us our company grow where it went over the next 10 years. We had a good journey. We started as an offshore product development company. We created a couple of dependent companies or related companies from the parent company, and we became one of the early company in the cloud world back in 2009. Now everybody hear about cloud, public cloud, and Amazon is there, Microsoft is there. But back in 2008-9, when we started working on cloud, I think we were one of the pioneers. It was very, very early stage of cloud. Even Amazon was developing the cloud. We started our business on that, and we grew quite fast. We were among the third fastest growing company in India. And in the Asia Pacific region, where we were 23rd fastest growing company. That was 2009 and 2010. And then by that time, for about 3 to 4 years into the startup, I personally was doing good. Almost I was working as a project manager. I was a software architect. I was doing Java coding. I was doing project management, customer engagement, everything. And then come 2010 when I started making mistakes because I had too many things on my plate. And when we got these awards of fastest growing company, that time we were about 150 people, software developers in Bangalore. And because I had taken too much on myself and I was not delegating properly, we lost a lot of customers because I was not able to set their expectations right. I was not able to set expectation of my team members, not able to train them properly. Because every time if I'm doing project management, back of my mind will be, okay, what's happening with development? What is happening with compliance? And finally I crashed, and we lost almost all the major customers we had. We shrunk from about 150 people to about 30 people in over a weekend. One weekend, we had to kind of fire about 120 people, quite painful experience, which still stays fresh in my mind. It's very, very difficult to go through that kind of a situation. But one thing which I learned was after 2010 and that instance, I started questioning myself, and things which came out of that scenario was that I had to learn delegation. I have to trust rest of the other team members a lot more. Make uh, I mean, if I assign something to people, then I will have to trust that they will do on their own, not exactly the way I want it to happen, but they will have their own intelligence to execute that work. And if I tell them the outcome, they will achieve the outcome, but maybe the road will be different that they will take, and that is absolutely fine. Since then, we have done quite a number of startups. We did Kuliza, we did Minjar. Then I started Avigna Consulting, which happens to be my holding company. We did Right Cloud. I did. Currently, I'm active in a few startups, which all of them I'm kind of very close to the. And I'll tell you why I chose those startups which I'm currently executing. In 2018 and 19, I had good. My startups was acquired by companies in US and Switzerland, which was the year when we were able to capitalize on our 12 years of startup journey. We liquidated some of our company that time, and we created a funding for my holding company, which is Avigna. And 2021, I came back to India to primarily start on two major industry which I wanted to work on. One is the farming, the other is shipping. Farming because I, as an individual, was a born farmer. I was born in a farmer family. So one thing which was always in my mind, and people whoever have interacted with me over the last 25 years, one thing which I would have been consistent is that if things when settle down, I'll start farming. So when I came back to India, I started working on a farming concept. And the second thing which was there in my mind, which was left incomplete, was the shipping industry. After graduation, I wasn't able to contribute anything in the industry. And I was very passionate about shipping by the fourth year when I was graduating. I was kind of liking the environment and the stories I have heard about. So in 22, the purpose of coming back to India was the agriculture and shipping, and both of them, thankfully, in 25 today, I can say that both we have a good start. Of course, the journey will continue, and a lot of things are going to happen in the future. But as of right now, both of them are going in the right direction. And both of these startups which I have started conceptually, they are quite revolutionary. Like the farming initiative which I have, currently it is active in 6 cities in India. That is the concept where we are connecting the consumer with the farmer directly using a digital platform. And my vision is that with this kind of a connection, it is going to help the farmers get better price for their produce, and to the consumer, it will help the consumer get good kind of a produce that they deserve with the price that they are paying. And in shipping, we initially started as a repair company. But as soon as I started and people in DMET got to hear about me starting something in marine, I got a lot of support from the industry. A lot of people who have my seniors, my juniors, they came together and they started supporting me. Their things started shaping up naturally because I did not had much idea what shipping industry or what kind of business we can develop in shipping. That's why I started with something which was very easy to think about, and we started with repair company. But after that, now we have got a navigation related activities. So ship navigation is going on. We have a software that we have developed, which is related to marine procurement. It's basically one of the product which is going to make marine procurement a lot more efficient. We are working on a concept called Ship GPT, which is going to which is possibly going to be the first GPT kind of application, very focused around the marine industry. It will have where you can talk to machinery. You can say, okay, what machinery are you? And the GPT will tell you that, okay, this is the main engine, this is auxiliary engine, this kind of make it. And if you have any troubleshooting question, you can just shoot and you get answers saying, okay, my maybe oil pressure is low. What kind of what should be done in this kind of a scenario? So you get an answer which will be very relevant. Additionally, we have also got into training. So we have got a very close association with Mercantile Marine Academy, where we are trying to associate ourselves with training, and we will be developing a crew management or a LinkedIn kind of a platform for, again, very focused for marine industry, because what I have seen in rest of the other industries has not happened in marine industry. Like if you talk about digitalization in the hotel industry, in the transportation industry, like Uber, or if you talk about trucking, you have a lot of applications related to trucking, but for shipping, we don't have all of that. So now, in the last 3 years of ShipSmith, we have started into all of these areas. So the reason of choosing these have been a passion, as well as because you get to be a problem solver when you graduate from DMET. As you kind of navigate in the industry, you are able to identify problems. If we are able to identify a problem, we will start thinking about solution, and then a startup can be developed out of the solution that we can think of. About the network that or the people that are here in this Samvaad, when I think about DMET, what I think is, DMET stands for in the last, like since its inception, DMET dominated the marine industry from the first commercial shipping. Almost, if you talk about till 90s, almost every activity related to engineering, our representation has been there. After 90s, or maybe in after 2000, new colleges have come up, new universities have come up. So now, if we just stick around and keep doing what we have been doing for the last 50 years, then we will not be able to lead the industry the way we have been leading since last 50 to 70 years, right? And that is why, as we kind of, as a college or as the students, when you are there, we need to start thinking, how do we develop DMET as a powerhouse of innovation, or things which will make the industry a lot more efficient. We have to start thinking towards that. It can be digital. It can be manufacturing. It can be building our own engines. I think I have interacted with a couple of your folks here who are currently studying. They are working on some engines also. Ishwar sir is also actively engaged in some research work. I haven't spoken to him for about a year now, but I kind of remember that he also is involved in doing some research, which is going to make some or create some IP. So as a college, as a fraternity, we need to start thinking more actively, and people need to incubate those ideas or innovation which will contribute to the marine industry, not only from people perspective. So just managing engine room and running ships is not anymore should not anymore be the primary focus. Our focus need to go beyond that, saying, okay, how can we manufacture a main engine itself? And that will be a contribution to India if we have to contribute, and we have to keep leading the industry the way we have been leading for the last 50 to 70 years. It will involve us to say manufacture something. It will involve us to create compliance-related activities. It will allow us. I mean, we should be involved in making yards successful, shipbuilding successful here in India. Repair industry in India is in a very nascent stage. We need to do a lot more things in the repair industry. Again, on digitalization side, a lot of things we should be doing, like a very simple thing like ship tracking. I mean, there are so many applications which are there in the market which do ship tracking, but very simple thing. If it comes from DMET as a product coming out of DMET research lab or something, it will, or some of the student develop it and run it. It will be something which will uniquely present that, okay, the college has started delivering these kind of innovative products. A lab which will make or identify areas which has not happened in the shipping industry and then contribute in those areas. Startups will start flowing from that side. So identify problem, create a solution, talk about it, prototype it, launch as a production environment, uh, start acquiring people, do marketing for that. All of that will be part of that. So that's all I was thinking. And I mean, it was there in my mind, like what I should be contributing. And I am happy to get involved in ideas which comes from either any of the labs which we run from the college, and we can work together, try to see, because one, you will create a product which will require a market. We can work together, identify the market, launch it, do better a branding of that. All of that thing I have done, and I can help you guys get started with. I will pause for now, and any questions or something, if there comes, I'll be happy to address those.
Thank you, sir, for your inspiring words. Your insight have offered us a deeper understanding of what it takes to build and lead in the maritime industry. The experience and guidance you shared today will undoubtedly help us broaden our perspective as we prepare to chart our own paths, both on board and beyond. Now we move on to the question and answer session. I request cadets to use their raise hand feature and we'll take questions accordingly.
Hello.
Hi, yeah.
Yeah. Sir, I have a question like uh, present day cadets who are have a lot of ideas, means some are developing some sort of indigenous ship engines. They are proposing an idea that what kind of innovation they can drive. Other can engage with some or the other, means because in your times it was not possible, but in present times, sir, like due to the presence of technology and online thing, even the cadets, as director sir has told, are involved in various kinds of ventures, startups, just to get a additional skill and utilize their free time in a better way. So can you suggest some of the works which the present day cadets can indulge into? Also, if they have some unique ideas, what sort of trajectory they should take so as to build their venture or any idea into a tangible format.
Uh, so can you help understand the question a bit more, like what exactly? I understood you were saying that main engine is being developed, or
Sir,
can you just repeat that?
my question is basically just to summarize my question. There is two part of the question. First is like, is cadets have lots of ideas, sir. Means lots of new ideas, new
Mm.
thoughts. So what is the trajectory they should follow initially, sir, so that their idea should be materialized in a tangible way? This is the first part of the question. Second question is for the newcomers, like first year or second year cadets who are engaging themselves in kind of ventures or other things in an online mode for making themselves uh, connected to the what exactly is happening in the industry. So what they should undertake, uh, what are the websites or what are the
Yeah. Yeah.
initial
So,
paths they should follow?
good, good. That's a good question. And sorry, it takes me some time to understand things. My memory is kind of just takes a little bit more time to understand. Your question is very, very legit about being lot of ideas comes, and uh, what you need to do every time you have an idea. What is required is you have to ask few questions, simple questions, and trust me, things which stay simple are the ones which are very, very important, and the basic things. They are the basic ingredients of anything to happen. So when an idea comes, you need to ask four questions. Questions will be why, what is the idea? So which means you identify a problem and objectively identify the problem. You can't just say that something is a problem. You kind of say, okay, it is related to this industry. It is related to uh, maybe digital world. It is related to shipbuilding. It is related to yards or repair industry. Related to motor, electrical, whatever, right? So you need to quantify the problem statement, which is in one word we say what is the idea. Very clearly define that what is the idea. The second is who are going to be the beneficiary of those ideas, right? Because if you have an idea and there is no takers of that, it is not going to fly. The startup will fail. So you need to identify your audience to create the personas. Okay, the users will be the companies, the uh, maybe the seafarers, or even in seafarers, will it be the engine side guy or the deck side guys, or which level of engine or deck side guys will be using it? If it is going to be, say, some repair companies using it or a manufacturer using it. So identify who will be using it. The third is why they will be using it, right? A lot of time you may be creating an idea which will be competing, and maybe the user who you are talking to, they will have an better ecosystem to maybe recreate that idea. So you need to have a unique proposition why your idea is not going to be replicated by the rest of the other industry, because industry has been running for thousands of years. We are here just in that journey for maybe maximum 40, 50 years, 60 years. During that period, we come up with an idea and we think that, okay, our idea is going to impact an industry which has been going on for thousands of years. So spend time identifying that why that idea is so important that nobody has thought about it in the last thousands of years. Right? And reason can be that, oh, there was no software 100 years back. Very, very legit, but you must have that answer, right? And then comes how it will be, how it will actually be built and then taken to the market. So how part is actually the actionable things. Rest of them is more mind related, which means you have to sit down. If you have an idea, sit down, quantify that idea with these four questions, and then in the at stage 4 you get to hear how it will be executed. Right? Most of the time, we in our energy and enthusiasm, we start any idea with how. Right? We immediately say, oh, this is the problem, I'll go and solve it. Solving is the easiest part in the world. If you have the right problem statement defined, you must need to sit down, quantify that problem statement, and then only start working on it. You don't just start working on a problem as soon as it appears to you. Right? So validating the idea and then going towards execution will give you also a direction. Otherwise, if you have not given enough thought to that idea, you may start with something, but you will get distracted very, very easily, because one person comes in and they will be like, oh, you are working on this. You can also do 3 more things, and then you add those 3 more things in the idea. Right? So validating the idea and then only move in that direction. So 4 questions, which are what, why, what, who, why, and how. 4 questions is what you need to answer for every idea to quantify it. Okay. I see a hand raised. That's my son. Gautam, go ahead. That's my son. He's 9'8". I remember he spoke. He's 9898. I happen to be 5298 from 2003 back.
Yes, sir. So,
Yeah.
what were the biggest challenges that you faced when you were starting ShipSmith? As you were coming back from IT industry, how it is different from IT industry and maritime industry?
Very different. So see, when I kind of decided that I have to do something in the shipping industry, as I said, I got a lot of support from the industry, and I see Hari is here. It would have been completely impossible to start anything without having the domain knowledge, because back in 2022, when I started thinking about starting something in the shipping industry, I did had an idea that, okay, something need to be done. But what exactly will be my step one? I had absolutely no clue. Even right now, I would say when I talk about marine industry, my language is different. I am not able to speak. I can't even say, you would have just noticed, right? I wasn't able to create a question for ship GPT, right? When I say, okay, in ship GPT, you say oil pressure is low, right? That's quite kind of a very vague question, which can be like anybody who know marine will not ask this question. They will have very structured question will come up. And that's where Hari was with me, and the first team was developed. We conceptualized, we had that discussion on what exactly we will do, what are the ports where we will offer our repair services. And then after Hari, we got few more people who joined us, like Piyush sir joined us. I got Atanu involved with our startup. So currently we have got about 10 DMET folks, junior and senior, involved in my team who have helps shape this journey that we are going through right now. And everybody who joined brings in another thing that we can do in marine. Like Hari has a very deep understanding of the repair industry, the yard industry in India. He was heading Cochin Shipyard in Kolkata for the repair facility, which is which in my time it used to be Hooghly workshop. And he left that and then joined ShipSmith as a co-founder to start our repair. Then we got Piyush sir, who talked about a lot of digital things which are missing in the shipping industry. We sat together, we brainstormed, and then came up with concepts like ShipGPT. I got Arvind sir, who is a 92 batch from our college. He's based in Singapore. He came up with the concept of the procurement challenge in the industry, and that's where, if you see here, this is Ocean Order. This product was launched about 3 months back. With his contribution, we were able to develop this procurement platform, which has been launched, and now we are currently planning to go to market. Likewise, the journey came in by more people joining in, brainstorming, conceptualizing the idea, shaping the idea in the form which can be used by the market, right? And if we have an idea and we are not properly shaping it that it can be used by the market, then it will not be used. So ideas, I mean, we initially started with an idea, then people came, we did brainstorming, and then we launched. And even now we are very, very early. I think if you see 5 years down the line, ShipSmith will be contributing in every single aspect in the maritime industry, not only repair, not only digital, but we will also venture beyond operations, which will go into chartering, cargo fixing, and all of those areas.
Yes, sir. So, as you mentioned that you had experiences of many companies like Oracle, Coolidge Technology, and you started your startup career with Coolidge Technology. So, how is it different experience with Coolidge and ShipSmith? That your most recent one.
Wow, very, very good question. I think this is something which I kind of am amazed by the thought process that the students in the college right now have, because I remember when I was in college, I was not able to ask these questions. Your question is very deep because I mean, when we started Coolidge, It was my first startup, very, very early stage. We just started something because I was like, oh, I have to learn more. We committed all kind of a critical mistakes that can be committed in a startup, right? And we learned from those mistakes. We had cost of failure, cost of doing those mistakes. I a lot of time think that if I would have maybe done MBA and then started a company, we would have maybe we would have not done those mistakes, which was so obvious. Now looking back, I kind of see, oh, how can I do that? But starting Kuliza in the first maybe 5-6 years was a journey which was very, very rough. We not only built a startup of the idea that we had started with, but we got a lot of road blocks. We got a lot of barriers. We navigated all of those. We did mistake. We recovered from those mistakes. We had cost of learning. I mean, all these mistakes will have cost, and that cost is too high if I compare it with the cost that I would have spent in MBA. So I think the journey over there was a different kind of a journey. Adventurous, didn't know much what's coming tomorrow, what is coming next year. Now in ShipSmith, when I started, I make sure we don't do mistakes, right? Because I have seen all of that happening many times over. Now in ShipSmith, when we talk about idea or we start a new initiative, we have those things taken care of. So all those rough patches or making mistake that we did in my first startup, now we are not doing that. And I mean, I would say it's not like we are doing zero mistakes, but we are avoiding almost 90% of the mistakes. The remaining 10% mistakes are more related to the industry, which is again new for me also. But the journey is visibly different. One is where it was somebody out of college, just starting something to learn and then building a startup. Now I feel both the startup, like the agri-tech and shipping, we are going in a direction, and I can actually see that over the next 3-4 years, how it will look like. And I can validate it because last 3 years has been very much predictable. I have not got much surprise. I mean, I would assume some of the co-founders like Harishankar is here in the group, and maybe Shailendra is also here. They will not really agree with my statement that, oh, so many things are going on, which is not good. But when I look back, I'm like, oh, that is fine. No problem. We have to keep moving this way. We just have to stay in the market. We have to be persistent. We don't have to panic that things are not happening exactly the way we thought yesterday and we thought today. But we just have to keep moving. So I don't respond to every situation now. We just say, okay, let it happen. It's not a problem. Unless it is the issue which is going to impact our long-term vision, I don't really pay a lot of attention to that. Or I mean, of course, I don't kind of start working on an issue which just appears right away, and that we don't have to change our course because of that.
Yes, sir. Thank you for that, sir.
Sir, one of my batchmates, Cadet Priyanshu Rana, is having a question. What kind of tangible support a student can expect from you, who is currently very new in his startup? How your company can contribute to our learning?
Right. So I think I will be open to validate your ideas. We can set up some sessions once a quarter or something where if you guys come up with an idea, I can help you shape those ideas. And if those ideas are mature enough to and related to marine industry, I can align those activities with ShipSmith and see how we can create maybe one more division in ShipSmith, which can actually lead it. And the person who is coming up with the idea can lead that initiative under our guidance. We can, if it fits our roadmap, then we will be happy to even sponsor and fund those ideas. Anything else you guys are looking for, I'll be happy to hear. Or I can actually work with director sir to see if we can put some kind of a structure
I think that
into
that
those
is a
ideas.
better way. And I would also suggest that maybe you can, share some of your taskings wherein people can, think of a new way to implement one of your problem statements. You may accept it, may not accept it, but it will give an opportunity to the cadets to think and generate kind of a solution. Maybe it will give a different perspective to a kind of problem that you're looking at. May not be a stumbling block for you, but at least it will give an opportunity for the students to think. And we can have a dedicated club which can look at these kind of situations, these kind of problems, come out with ideas, discuss, and then with your kind of guidance, I think that would be the right way to go ahead.
Sure, sir.
So Cadet Vaibhav Narayan asks that can you tell us more about your agriculture ventures and how is it benefiting local farmers?
Yeah, so the agriculture venture, I will really keep it short because if I go into that direction, the story can go on all day, and I'm really, really too passionate to and talking about it. So see, the thing is like currently the ecosystem is like farmers grow. Somebody, either the businessmen will go and procure the product that they have grown, or the government will procure. In both these scenarios, the farmer gets the minimum price that of the produce that they grow. The same produce, when it go to the market, and a consumer like you and me, when we buy it at almost 4-5 times the price that the farmer has sold. So in between that layer, lot of changes has happened. It is, and those changes are related to value add. Somebody will grind the wheat and then they sell atta. Somebody will make dhan as rice and then they will sell rice through the rice mill. So they process dhan. Somebody will take chana and they will convert it into dal and then they will sell dal. During this processing, lot of value on the for this value add, they keep on adding money, adding price, and then the consumer gets a expensive product. But when it is being sold to the consumer, that high price advantage of that high price is not going back to the farmer. In our startup, what we are doing is the consumer, like if I am buying a dal, I will know कि ये दाल जो है वो बुंदेलखंड के एक फार्मर का है जो उगाया है और उसका रेटिंग वगैरह हो सकता है. I will consume that. Next time I will say I want to have dal of Rajasthan or from Bihar, then I will correspondingly pick a farmer from that area. We'll buy from there, and then I can rate those farmers for the future purchase. I can see, okay, next time I buy from the same farmer because I like the produce. और जो भी मैं पे करूंगा उसका एक significant chunk farmer को जाएगा. So there will be a platform fee that we will keep, but rest of them will go to the farmer, which means that the farmer gets visibility. Right now, if you buy from the grocery store nearby, you have absolutely no clue who is the farmer, right? The visibility of the farmer is completely lost, while he is the key element of the ecosystem, the food ecosystem. But nobody cares to know who is the farmer, how he's living, how he is doing farming, how sustainable it is. Nobody questions that. Nobody cares for that. So our startup is working in that direction, and we have currently close to about 4,000 farmers engaged with us across India. And we have got about 10,000 plus consumers who are associated with us on an everyday basis. So that's the advantage, right? You connect both of these guys together. One has to eat, one has to produce. And then they figure out what they have to do. In between, of course, processing is required. So we are putting up machineries. For a cluster of farmer, we create those machineries like oil expeller, grinding tool and grinding machines and rice mill. With these 3-4 kind of a machinery, all food that they produce will get processed. So consumer will get atta while farmer is producing rice. While farmer is producing wheat. And if the farmer is processing that wheat through the machinery which we install in the district around, then the farmer gets additional money not only for growing but also for processing. Right? That way their income will grow as well as the purity of food is being retained. That's pretty much is the idea.
Are you using AI in your startups on agricultural systems?
Yes, sir, we are using AI.
Okay, good. That is one area where I think with AI being a little more generic, our students can possibly pitch in even in that domain.
Yes, sir. So AI has a lot of things that the students can contribute to,
Yeah,
including
absolutely.
the shipping industry. In the shipping
Absolutely.
industry, there are so many things which can be done in AI,
Yes.
which can be done with AI.
Correct.
And we have already started working in that direction, and I will be happy to engage the students in that area.
Absolutely. In fact, we can use some of these as projects for their, as project for them, which can even assist if required.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. This brings us to the conclusion of today's Q&A session. The discussion was highly informative and is bound to help cadets navigate their future in the maritime industry with greater confidence. Before we end today's session, I would like to invite my batchmate, Cadet Aman Somra, roll number 9852, DMET class of 2027, to deliver vote of thanks.
As we conclude this insightful session, I, Cadet Aman Somra, roll number 9852, DMET class of 2327, have the distinct honor of expressing our heartfelt gratitude to all those who have contributed to the success of today's session. First and foremost, our deepest appreciation goes to Shri Prashant Gyan sir. Sir, your journey from marine engineer to an entrepreneur has opened our eyes to the possibilities we haven't considered. Your insights into building ShipSmith Group from the concept to a global enterprise have provided us with the practical knowledge about navigating the entrepreneurial waters. Thank you for sharing your experience so openly, sir, including both the challenges and the victories that has shaped your path. I extend my sincere gratitude to our respected campus director, Rear Admiral Amit Bose, sir, whose leadership continues to elevate our college's academic and professional standards. Sir, your support for initiatives like DMET Samvaad creates meaningful connections between our academic foundation and industry expertise. To Associate Professor Shri Ishwara Iron Kishore sir, whose continued guidance and mentorship has been instrumental in maintaining the quality and relevance of these sessions. I also acknowledge the pioneers who have con- who have conve- who have conceived the initiative, Shri Harshina sir and Shri Sachin Kumar Mahato sir from DMET class of 2020, along with Shri Sachin Saurav sir from DMET class of 2021. Your vision to create meaningful dialogue between industry leaders and aspiring cadets continue to benefit our maritime community. My sincere gratitude to the core committee members who have worked behind the scenes to make this session possible, and my fellow batchmates whose collaborative efforts have made this session a success. I also want to thank all the cadets who have joined the session and engaged with thoughtful questions. Your participation has enriched our collection of learning experience. The insights we have gained today remind us that the maritime industry offers diverse paths for those willing to think beyond traditional boundaries. We are grateful for the knowledge and inspiration shared with us today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So before we end our today's session, I would like Arun Kumar Singh sir to share his thoughts on today's session. To you, sir.
Thank you, Nitek. It was a beautiful session, just like I've heard Prashant Gyan sir before also. And I still cannot understand the way he delivers his clear thoughts on the various subjects that he deals with in such a stressless manner. My question to would have been that how do you remain so stressless with so much of responsibility that has been taken up by you, and the things that you think about on a regular basis and try to implement it, and it's really something very wonderful, and the cadets must learn from these particular traits, that how a person who comes from a DMET background without being on ship has created such a vast empire for himself, and he keeps on going relentlessly. It is, again, a great motivating factor for all of us. Thank you very much, Prashant, for being in this particular session.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. This concludes our 42nd session of DMET Samvaad. We appreciate your presence and engagement in today's discussion. We now invite the dignitaries to accept the breakout room invitation for a group photograph. I guess that would do. Thank you everyone for joining. We look forward to hosting you at the next DMET Samvaad session. The audience may leave the meeting. Thank you.
Natik,
Thank
one
you.
second, just hold on.
Yes, sir.
I think there needs to be a wider spread of this message. Only 24 participants in this particular session. And this was a very, very important session for students to attend. I think somehow you need to spread this word around and get more students to participate. This kind of representation is very less. Considering the strength of about 1,000, this is just too less. I think we need to find out a way by which more students participate in this. Okay, right. Thank you, and very well conducted. I think you and your
Yes,
team,
sir.
Gautam, and who else was there? I think Somra. Very well done.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good work. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.